and fear you. I pity you.
You have done well, but the tournament is not yet over.
Hello, fans of Diablo 4. I am your host, Dark Necromancer 27. And today, when we last left off, we had completed the task of gaining a blessing from Mother Prava. And now we're going to do Cold Iron Faith. Which takes us all the way to Ulesna.
With Verizon, you can save big on all your favorite entertainment.
So I hope you enjoyed this video.
I did not expect to fight in this tournament. But eventually, even the Shao Ming produce a warrior worthy of a Shogun.
I know. I am ready for you.
I will give you a warrior. 10 wins. Flawless victory.
What else?
It seems the Shaolin trained a warrior greater than the Shogun.
One fight remains. Face me. More combat. Yes. What? Wins.
Say it.
Hit. I concede.
Yeah. Well done, my friends.
He is saved.
Earthrealm. Years I've waited. What's me 500 more?
My lord, all is not lost.
Gods and their tournament. My force. Bound by their rules. Rules that cannot be broken.
My lord.
Kill him.
What is the
Rules were changed. Katana. Continue. Yeah, it is in Mortal Kombat 9's.
I do not understand why my amulet is further damaged. He must win. If not Liu Kang, then
Liu Kang basically made Shang Tsung look like a chump.
Here to congratulate
Victory, sorcerer,
What?
Shang Tsung?
You have been revived?
Realized, I see.
I didn't realize your
The master was in the habit of warring failure.
Emperor has
For Raiden
a new
tournament.
I see no reason to participate in any plan of
yours.
Emperor.
So it's just a single tournament. Against the current system of 10.
If Earthrealm does not win, Outworld will absorb it. But if Earthrealm wins,
And
Shao Kahn
will blame his claim to it forever.
Give your Emperor
Cards. Waka, ka, ka, ka. You'll face my poison fist of fury.
Where's Sonya? Shang Tsung has taken her. We've got to find her. We must follow them. Shang Tsung has made it clear that Earthrealm will be under constant threat unless I agree to a new tournament. I saw Liu Kang in the proposed tournament. I believe we must attend. But my earlier vision of your victory over Shang Tsung was not the solution I sought. Therefore, this tournament must show an event that we can change. Perhaps it must be reversed to another. Hear me, Elder Gods. I accept the terms proposed by Shao Kahn. We go to Outworld. The wrestler guy with the cow skull on his head? And why aren't the Kung Fu twins here helping us? I sent Liu Kang and Kung Lao to free their Shaolin masters. I expected Sonya Blade to be here with Shang Tsung. She better not have a scratch on. Wait, this is a tournament! The Earthrealm delegation has arrived. And we have a volunteer for first combat.
What? The tournament will begin!
Captain Free, you will face Baraka!
Damn you! My blade will find your heart. Yes, you shouldn't be running with those. Where's Sonya?
No, do you wish anything other than rest one another? Your next opponent will be... Excellent. It seems I have a pressing matter.
Yo ho ho.
The Emperor's permission. Will we convene later? that all about?
My void senses are tingling.
You okay? Soon your flame. My powers are compromised here in Outworld, but I will be able to transport us near enough.
Crawled into that cave. Not for me.
Why are you helping me?
Maybe you can try to move it nearer next time.
You want to stop living.
Give you his skills, shapeshifter.
But you never do that by following the Horadrim.
She is the Emperor's property. She's nobody's property.
I guess extra arms don't make a difference.
See me now.
You sure have a way with women.
You know me. I'm a class act.
Thanks. What took you so long?
Look at me face.
That's weird. I've got 2 sets of readings. Heavy tech signals, both ways.
Technology. But they cannot be an outworld. We need to confront the source of each signal. We must discover the one who's leading. I must ensure. Wait, what about us? What are we, chopped liver? What? Perhaps you are right, Johnny Cage. You will stay close to me. Great, I am close as his shadow. Twice as sight.
Day will come.
So, you're with me.
Horadrim stumble. Don't
Brady, looks like you want to teleport yourself about 30 clicks back.
The portal will lead you to that little girl you're looking for.
We should stay together. Assuming your brother's identity will certainly draw attention. Not all of it will. You are right, Smoker. But assuming Beehind's identity is the best way to honor him. Let us proceed, Brady. Sub-Zero. We should separate. Our fellow Lin Kuei will not be far behind once our absence is discovered. If one of us has been more forthcoming with the details of your brother's demise, we will find Shang Tsung. He will tell us all he knows. If he kills Behind, he will die. Be skillful.
For it's night,
And
deadly as the dawn.
The Emperor would die somewhere, but his way too long.
Wise though the Emperor might be, he was foolish to send his headsman to interfere with Lin Kuei business.
I am Kitana, Princess of Outworld. Not so harsh, sharp-tongued intruders.
Where there is smoke,
Oh, there is fire.
Sleep well, Princess.
Tristram, the Horadrim hold imprisoned Diablo, the Lord of Terror, beneath the earth. Then will be his time. You can smell that torment.
You may tell your fellow Black Dragons that I am
Tristan.
very interested in your merchandise.
I like the world the way it was, without Lilith. A little
Shang Tsung.
rebellion will only
I'll
lead
take
to
care of it.
chaos.
No
You've
joke.
already seen visions
One
of
dead
death.
Lin Kuei.
It's dead.
Do you feel
Stay down.
changing?
I would have word with your associates.
But as long
Tell
as
me what you know of Sub-Zero's death.
it's only a matter of time.
What? Despite his failure and my turn, the wager was more powerful than you, Lin Kuei. Assuming his war...
I will not give you a skill, shapeshifter.
Let us see his smoke.
Freeze. Sub-Zero.
Transformation.
You actually did it. You're a cyborg.
We are more skillful than the night.
Deadlier than the dawn.
I will never submit.
I've lost my way. The same thing happens to my mother. Prepare for the boat from the sea. It's somewhere around in these streets.
They must not.
After this video, I'm gonna stop streaming for a while. I'll be back in about an hour or two after this video, because I have to level out some characters on my computer.
Participate in the tournament to save Earthrealm. Join us.
But if Sector is searching for him, he is hunting Sub-Zero as well.
Sub-Zero? Call me crazy with a K.
Oh-ha!
The Master intends to turn every Lin Kuei into a cyborg. My friend is in danger.
The tournament. I have a feeling your friend will be there.
Then let us go. Sub-Zero's soul depends on it.
Lin Kuei Temple for assimilation.
I am Lin Kuei Unit L-A-4E4. You cover me. I'm sorry for what they did to you, but I will not I will face the Lin Kuei when my task is done, not before.
The readings were getting stronger and now they're gone. Sub-Zero? But you're dead.
I am not the Sub-Zero you speak of.
He was my brother.
Your brother?
I am only here
To learn Sub-Zero's fate.
He was killed by someone named Scorpio. Try the Coliseum. That's where it.
Okay, we got another skill point. We're gonna go for this trait right here.
Sadly, windshield chips can turn into windshield cracks. But at least you can go to SafeLight.com and schedule a fix in minutes. With flexible payment options, get it fixed now and pay later. Only at SafeLight.com.
We've rescued the new salted caramel Butterfinger. Grab your own because no one lays a finger on my Butterfinger, ever.
Interesting.
Father,
We deny her execution. Only means of regaining her honor.
we have very different concepts of honor, Shokan. Not much of a jailer, are you? Now then, Your Highness, let us see how quickly we can remove these bonds. Jade, I am too. Go, find Raiden. Ask for his help. That should distance me from any pursuers. Others pursue. I Kitana, then you. I must find Raiden.
He is here.
Kitana turns away from Shao Kahn, so you attack her rather than join her?
This is not true.
Oh, stop! That is not Katana.
You will come no closer.
Wait.
I did not wish to do that. Lord Raiden, I come at the request...
Lord, I was with Smoke. I thought she was a bad guy. Bad girl. Guess he turned another one. What's Raiden got that I haven't got?
Godlike power?
A personality that is not at all like sanding paper?
Jerks.
He's executed. Kitana does not have much time.
Kitana? Executed? Where is she?
Held captive in the tower of Shao Kahn's fortress.
I will not pleased with this outcome either, Liu Kang. But there is no time. We must return to the tournament.
But you are responsible for her capture. You persuaded her to turn against Shao Kahn.
Lord Raiden, we can free her as others fight in our stead and join you thereafter.
Very well.
We will meet you at the Coliseum.
15, 16, 17, 18. Come on.
Emperor, not one.
Word.
Because of you, Outworld can no
Oh,
longer
my
merge with
gosh,
Outworld.
well.
There may yet be an alternative, Emperor. Invasion.
Invasion? Do you mock me? Sindel's ward prevents me from setting foot in Earthrealm.
Have you considered why your wife and Empress chose to betray you in this particular fashion?
Of course. But even after millennia, her motives are a mystery.
She realized that the safeguards afforded by the Elder Gods in mortal combat are but fiction. She sacrificed herself to give protection the Elder Gods could not, so Earthrealm would not suffer as had Edenia. Indeed, I have mastered the spells necessary for her resurrection. The ward will be nullified, and with it, the barrier that prevents your entry into Earthrealm. I will return her to you, of course. You'll find her much more. This is a very hands offer. I wish only to serve you. I am weary of sorcerers watching.
Prove your worth. Bring her to me.
And here, the same symbol on the door.
Sindel,
I have an idea.
Quan Chi?
Shao Kahn looks forward to your return.
You might want to take a step back.
Yes. What of Kitana?
Kitana now allies herself with you.
She is no longer done. Take me to Shao Kahn.
Yes, Empress. The invasion of Earthrealm can now begin.
Eagle 2, count 18. 1-8 bogey, southbound on 11.
Roger that.
Eagle 2, out. This is not happening. Not what I was thinking of. I am Nightwolf. Lord Raiden is gathering Earth's defenders. You are among them.
What the hell are you talking about?
Raiden needs Earth's defense against these outworld invaders. It is our best hope for survival.
Yeah, well, Earthrealm Defender is about 10 steps above my pay grade.
I see you dug yourself, even...
was once a Jedi Master, a mystic and historian whose aim was to dissect wings, as she relied on marathon meditations to penetrate the mysteries of the universe. By her own mission, she had the capability to heal the psychoscience, but she had found that physical sight proved to be a distraction, as she could perceive the world around her through the Force, an invisible energy that connects all things when one relies on sight
to perceive the world. It is like trying to stare at the galaxy through a crack in the door. But that is a lesson for another time. You must learn to see crude matter for what it is before the veil is lifted.
As a Jedi Master, Greya challenged her apprentices.
Of course, I have no idea how long this video will take, because there's a series of missions in this episode that will have to be done.
If a lightsaber loses,
to the course,
is it still a lightsaber, she would ask.
We're on
Jedi loses her powers.
Cold Iron Faith. And Cold Iron Faith is basically the last of the Act 1 missions.
And training was spellbound by them. Greya's life was changed forever when one student, Revan, came under her tutelage. To understand Greya's choices, it is of critical importance to understand the importance of Revan, not only to her, but...
Of course, after this mission, before I end the video, I'll let you all know when I'm hopping back on Diablo 4.
The view of the Force, Greya's view in particular, much different. Jedi Knights are noted for their lightsabers and their natural ability to harness the powers of the Force, the invisible energy that connects everything in the universe. The Jedi are viewed as guardians of peace and justice in the Galactic Republic. In times of distress, the Galactic Republic would turn to the Jedi Order and its council for guidance and aid. Such was the time when a group of the Mandalorian warrior culture that originated on the Outer Rim world of Mandalore attacked the Republic. The Council of the Jedi
counseled caution and patience to assess the Mandalorian threat as the Outer Rim burned.
Revan, serving under the guiding hand of the Jedi Council, wanted to act. He came to Greya, his teacher, for guidance, as the Mandalorian wars raged on, killing countless innocents.
He came to me, yes, both before and after. Before Revan knew himself, and after, in the times when Revan was coming to his own and learning he was more than he had been told. At one time, Revan was my Padawan. In times past, long ago.
Some dungeon entrances and top heroes are super sneaky. At Central Tower, most players just grab the chest and leave. But there's actually a basement entrance right there. Don't miss out the treasures inside. Most players never notice there's a secret dungeon here in Western Waste. You can head through this mountain cascade to battle a secret boss. Also in Western Waste, Boston Dynasty area, you may find a sealed door. Don't leave yet. Just interact with the statue beside it to unlock. In the Northern Peaks, there's a secret elven vault tucked away where you can snag hero pets. When you finish quests under Crystal Vein, don't just teleport out. That decorative cave nearby is totally explorable. Rest assured, you can sneak through this hidden entrance to trigger a combat dungeon. Never stop Pokemon. These worlds love hiding cool stuff.
Checkers and Rally's $4 unbeatable meal deal changes everything. Your choice of sandwich plus fries, drink, and an apple pie. Just $4. It's too much.
You can never have too much flavor.
Get more for your $4. Only on Checkers and Rally's.
It is unknown what she had told him exactly, but she meant to talk to Greya Revan decided to openly defy the Jedi Council, leading other rogue Jedi to battle against the invading Mandalorians to protect the Republic. In the eyes of the Council, Revan's actions, his defiance, was seen as a fall to the dark side of the Force.
And there is something that the Council may never understand, that perhaps Revan
never fell.
The difference between
to fall and a sacrifice is sometimes difficult. We were going to adapt if it's more than anyone knew.
The galaxy.
Well, fallen, yet they are not gone to war.
I do not believe the
Jedi Council explained to Revan as they claimed.
They merely
It delayed the surface.
and allowed
Self-good again.
someone who was
And the rest or others.
But that is my belief.
Belief.
Since I knew Revan
Although
as a master
Master knows their apprentice.
Many of Grey's students, unwilling to sit idly and do as the Jedi Council advised, allowing the Mandalorians to continue to slaughter innocents, left the Jedi Order to join the battle against the Mandalorians. Because of this, the Jedi Council believed Grey's teachings only
bred failures.
all of her plans had either fallen to the
dark side,
Force,
or abandoned their Jedi training.
One quickly learns that the
The code does not give the answers.
if you are to
Fully understand its contrast. It's a single ideal. Despite their Jedi who now build their code, turn yourself to make your slave a slave to a teaching or belief, so the belief will always rule you.
Are you prepared to give up
So is the Jedi entirely. Until then, you will always be weak.
your willingness
To relate those ties as a lesson in strength.
to believe in an idea?
They always be willing to betray it. Something no Sith or Jedi has ever truly learned. Strength. One won't control one's strength, but one's will draw on the strength of others.
Jedi Master Aegis felt personally betrayed by what she saw as the rejection
Of her own beliefs.
She led the
Not
council
so.
in denouncing
Kreia,
and condemning
having her teachings.
That is what
By Aegis and Council blame me, it's me.
they believe.
They me responsible for Revan's fall.
All I have
Ever trained, having failures to them.
students who went to
The Mandalorians,
who felt
the dark side, abandoned their training.
and ultimately the Jedi Council exiled
Oh
her
yeah,
from the Jedi Order. The Mandalorian Wars are raging, killing countless innocents. Revan has just left the Jedi Order and amassed a following of Jedi Knights who want to protect the Galactic Republic from the Mandalorians. While scouting for bases along Revan hears stories of a world the Mandalorians are forbidden to step foot on according to their culture. He searches for it and discovers
the planet Core 5.
Wishing to learn why
Core 5 is such a taboo world.
to the Mandalorians and seeing an opportunity.
Nice.
Revan secretly
Investigates the planet.
not even telling
His own princess where he gone.
He is unaware that he's about
To discover more what he's looking for.
there is a place
He's in the galaxy.
where the dark
Dark side of Force runs strong.
it is something
The Sith, but was fueled by war.
it corrupts
Corrupts, walks on its surface, drowns in the power of the dark side.
it corrupts
Your life
and it
feeds on death.
Revan
Knew the power of such places,
and
the power in making them,
they can be
used to break the will of others.
Jedi
High
causing them
power,
and
turning them to the dark side.
Revan unearths the
Galaxies.
going to the planet's surface. He comes across the ruins of the Trace Academy, a place of learning bathed in the dark side energies. And within he finds countless ruins of Sith knowledge and history. It becomes apparent that the ancient Sith wielders of the dark side of the Force and once inhabited this place, but abandoned it at one point in time. From the moment he set foot on the planet, Revan felt the dark side energies in this place. Upon discovering the potential of magical power, Revan decides to use it. He uses Malachor's dark side energies to bind the most trusted of his followers to his will, ensuring they would do as he'd command. In secret, Revan constructs a stronghold on his planet, reinstituting the Trace Academy. None of this had been seen by the eyes of the Republic, and they found no reason to distrust or doubt Revan at this point in time. Having amassed a formidable army of Jedi, bound to his will, Revan forces a
the confrontation.
with the
Aliens or 5.
luring them here with the intent to
End the war
once and
for all.
in utter secrecy,
See.
hidden from the eyes
By
of
the Republic.
he had
Prepared a super weapon. That's a mass shadow generator.
which was to be
The centerpiece of trap.
waiting for the Mandalorians to be at the right
Place at the right time.
Revan lures the
Mandalorian Star Core 5.
and as the fight
And I was intense.
one of his
The
most
Surgeon
trusted
Generals activates the mass shadow generator.
in the resulting
And Cataclysm.
a significant
And
portion of
Sergeant
both the Mandalorian
and
and the Republic
Politics.
are drawn from orbit
Target
into a vast gravity vortex
X.
powerful enough to crush the planet's ships to the planet's crust and fracture the world to its core. So powerful is this event that it creates a wound in the Force around the planet. In an instant, Malachor's gravity crushes every combatant in and around its atmosphere, Mandalorian, Republic, and Jedi alike. Malachor's surface is now transformed into a barren, shattered and lifeless wasteland. All of the enemies eliminated in a single stroke. The planet is left scarred from the battle as the surface has been obliterated. It is important to note once again that the death and destruction that took place created a substantial wound on the Force. All Force-sensitive beings that weren't hit by the initial blast from the mass shadow generator in Malachor's vicinity were faced with a deafening echo of the Force. It is an echo of death, composed of the screams and deaths of all its victims. An echo that kills any being capable of hearing it instantaneously. Most, in particular the Jedi Council, considered this to be the final act which marked Revan's full embrace of Darkseid. But Kreia viewed it differently.
The galaxy would have fallen if Revan had not gone to war. Perhaps he became the Dark Lord out of necessity to prevent a greater evil.
Remarkably, after the mass shadow generator was activated, the Trace Academy survived this catastrophic event intact, remaining on the shattered planet's surface, waiting. After his victory at Malachor 5, Revan focused on the knowledge he had obtained from the Trace Academy. He wanted to find the ancient Sith he had learned of, those who once inhabited the Trace In a series of events, Revan discovered a hidden Sith empire lurking
stop!
the parts of the galaxy that were formed. This Sith empire was planning an invasion of the known galaxy, and Revan departed on a solitary quest to stop it. The galaxy would not learn of his destination or his fate in the unknown regions for centuries to come. That, indeed, is a long story for another time. But it is inconsequential for Kreia, as she never saw or heard of
last time. Go.
Although many believed that Kreia too would follow Revan into the unknown regions after she was exiled.
Say gone. If he had asked, would I have gone? I do not know. But he will need warriors, Sith and Jedi, any who can be sent after him into the depths of space, or any who know the way. Perhaps you shall go there with me and do battle at the end of all things. Instead, I remained here, and now show others the way.
Once Revan left the known galaxy, Kreia feared he had indeed fallen to the dark side. Afraid for her former student, she wanted to find him, so she retraced his footsteps through Force echoes, which brought her to Malachor 5.
Oh!
The wound in the Force caused by Revan's mass shadow generator called to her. On the planet's surface, Kreia found Revan's former stronghold, the Treyas Academy, bathed in the energies of the dark side. She encountered Sith assassins who lingered here, seeking for some form of purpose. But rather than attack her, they presented the Jedi Master with Sith lore. Being the pursuer of knowledge she was, she took hold of it. The truths of the cosmos, the Sith writings stated, are not intended for the same. Despite the dark energies of this place, Kreia was intrigued. She studied the texts through her Force sight.
We're gonna quit this game because it's the better quality. That brings our armor rating to 102, life 49, and attack power 28. And we also have a skill point to spend.
Turn your pastime into your full-time, your personal style into your signature brand. Do it yourself on Wix.
Hoping to find a clue that would point her in Revan's direction, the Sith sorcerers who wrote these texts claimed privileged insight into the ultimate truth of the universe, and it was painfully simple. They argued that even though the contradictory and aimless nature of existence is logical and obvious to all intelligent beings, that everything and anything is possible, the existence of the Force exposes this obvious fact, or lie, showing that life is not at all aimless, random, and contradictory, and that all actions of its beings are determined by the Force. Thus, the Force betrays Force-sensitive beings, forcing them to live in this chaotic universe under its rules, its will.
It is said that the Force has a will. It has a destiny for us all. I wield it, but it uses us all, and that is abhorrent to me, because I hate the Force. I hate that it seems to have a will, that it would control us to achieve some measure of balance when countless lives are lost.
This is further confirmed through both Jedi Masters and Sith Lords, as both sides, regardless of dark or light element, have the ability to predict future events. This implies that the Force guides life on a set path, defining the direction by its own will to achieve some measure of balance, regardless of what it takes, death or life, darkness or light, to achieve it. But the wounds in the Force at Malachor 5 appeared to disrupt this characteristic. Empty of the Force, Force wounds were unpredictable and unstable in the eyes of Force sensitives. On multiple occasions, Kreia herself displayed a belief in destiny and the Force, claiming that
it is not the destination that matters. It is the journey. All paths will take us to the end, whatever it may be, and no matter how strongly we fight against it.
Naturally, a bystander would view such claims as inspiring, but Kreia viewed them as the bitter truth, which could not be denied. Oh, how she wanted to find a way to do it, to make the future unstable and dependent on our own choices, not by the hand of the Force. It is at this moment, realizing the truth of the Force, that Kreia decides that the Force itself must be destroyed. The wound in the Force at Malachor 5 proves this to be possible. If it can be wounded, it can be killed. Present at Malachor 5 holds the teachings of the ancient Sith pouring through her mind. Kreia submitted and embraced the power of the dark side, taking on the mantle of Darth Treya. She re-established the Treyas Academy to train, convert, and create a generation of new Sith who would oppose the Jedi who had cast her out, all the while keeping her true plans to herself. A clear question arises. If she wants to destroy the Force, why does she cling to it? Why does she use it? Why does she draw the powers of the dark side?
I use it as I would use a poison, and in the hopes of understanding it, I will learn the way to kill it. But perhaps these are the excuses of an old woman who has grown to rely on flesh disguises.
As she came to the remnants of Revan's Sith Empire as his former master, these Sith were quick to pledge their loyalty to her. She then began seeking for other ruins of the Force, in hopes of finding ways to destroy it. Kreia's quest for Force ruins led her to two men who would teach her about the power of trust. Darth Nihilus, the Lord of Hunger, and Darth Sion, the Lord of Pain. With them, she created the Sith Triumvirate, intent on eliminating those who had cast her out of the Jedi Order. They were united by their hatred toward the Jedi, but in time, the ideals of her two apprentice Sith lords became divergent. Much of Darth Nihilus' life is shrouded in mystery. Before he became Sith, it is known that he was a man who followed Revan to war against the Mandalorians. He was at Malachor 5 when the mass shadow generator was activated. Experiencing this shadow of destruction changed him and made him crave hunger for Force energy. He became a walking wound in the Force. This illness, for lack of a better term, created a vast emptiness within his soul, slowly devouring his humanity. In time, he found that the emptiness within him hungered for more than he could tolerate, and when he fed it for the first time, he had done so unconsciously, killing another being. Draining the Force from another living creature was a frightening, nauseating sensation, but for a brief moment it was euphoric, as it caused his pain, the illness, and the hunger it was causing to disappear. But soon after that, his hunger felt insatiable, and the more he indulged in it, the shorter that period of bliss lasted, before he appeared to have revenge. He fought as much as he could, killing nothing, but he always craved more. Where he saw endless suffering, Darth Treya saw potential, and offered to teach him the ability to devour entire planets, leaving them devoid of life. It is likely, she hoped, this would cause the wound within him to grow, damaging the Force further, to a point where she could use it to accelerate her plans. Unaware of this, Darth Nihilus accepted her offer of teaching and became her apprentice. Darth Sion, much like Darth Nihilus, was a wound in the Force, but a relatively different one, his body holding the capability to suffer immense doses of pain and damage, and yet refusing to fall apart and die.
I've been waiting for this.
Professional series works hard for you with top quality products, durable interior and exterior paints, and specialty products to help grow your business. Dutchboard Professional Series paints available at Menards.
Darth Sion's decomposing flesh was tethered together with dark side energy. It is inexplicably painful, requiring endless focus on the rage that festers inside him to maintain it. Seeing potential in him as well, Darth Treya offered him an apprenticeship, which he accepted. However, though he learned much from her, Sion found Treya to be a frustrating master. After all, patience is hardly to be expected from a being of constant pain and rage. With time, Treya underestimated her pupil's depravity. after she taught Nihilus the ability to devour entire worlds, and after Scion started to grow weary of her teachings, the two apprentices united against her. Darth Nihilus stripped Traya of her powers through his dark abilities, allowing the Scion.
In the galaxy where few tread, ancient centers of learning, of knowledge, but I did not walk alone. To be united by hatred is a fragile alliance of rest.
Because of this, the Jedi, who were either killed by the Sith or went into hiding, went practically extinct. Now exiled by the Sith, as she had been by Jedi mere years ago, Darth Traya assumes her former identity as Kreia. She leaves Malachor 5 and returns to Republic space, set out to carry her initial plan to its end. She continues, seeking out other wounds in the Force. There is much speculation on how Kreia regained her connection to the Force after it was severed by Darth Nihilus, and also how she escaped her two former apprentices. One theory suggests that Darth Nihilus didn't entirely sever her connection. He was a creature that devoured the Force energy from its victims, leaving them dead as a result. Nihilus and Scion likely wanted Kreia stripped of the Force, exiled and left alive as a final act of humiliation. However, for Darth Nihilus, this was likely the only time he consumed the Force from another being, with the intent on leaving them alive. Thus, it leaves the possibility that the connection wasn't entirely severed. Regardless of what exactly transpired, in the end, Kreia was betrayed, cut off from the Force, and exiled.
Lands are fragile things, but life often dashes expectations to the ground.
Kreia's search would guide her to yet another wound in the Force, brought into existence by Revan's mass shadow generator. A wound was created around the woman who caused the incident in the first place. We briefly travel back to the Mandalorian Wars and the detonation of the mass shadow generator. Mitra Surik was one of Revan's most trusted generals, and she was the one who gave the order to detonate the mass shadow generator at Malachor 5. She watched silently from the bridge of her command ship as the generator crushed both the Republic and Mandalorian forces caught in its destructive wake. The ensuing death and destruction caused such a substantial wound in the Force that the shockwave would have killed Surik had she not unconsciously and instinctively severed her own connection to it. Thereafter, she was the only Force-sensitive being to survive this event, but she was deafened to the call of the Force, incapable of sensing it. Note that the term survival in this context is a relative thing. Darth Nihilus was there when the mass shadow generator was detonated, but he was affected by it differently than Zurich. Where she cut herself off from the Force to protect herself, Nihilus was exposed to the Force echo entirely, changing his entire being. It is said that Nihilus is an example of one alternative outcome of what Zurich could have become had she not cut herself off from the Force, evading the consequences of the Force echo. In words of Master Aegis, Zurich carried the wound in the Force and the deaths of all that had died there within her. She was the only Jedi under Revan able to turn away from the dark side after Malachor V, to turn away from Revan's influence, as she could no longer be influenced through the Force. It is an irony of sort.
In many ways, even you are more capable than a Jedi. You could survive where they could not, simply because you do not hear the Force as they do. And what are they without the Force? Take the greatest Jedi Knight, strip away the Force, and what remains? They rely on it, depend on it more than they know. Watch as one tries to hold a blaster, as they try to hold a lightsaber, and you will see nothing but many women.
She was also the only Jedi to willingly return to the Jedi Temple on the galactic capital Coruscant and face trial for her actions, and also to defend them. At this point in time, Revan's apprentice, Malak, told Revan to use his assassination droid to eliminate Zurich. But Revan, who referred to her as a Jedi who was already dead, wanted her to face the Jedi Council and show them the hypocrisy of their teachings, and so he let her leave, despite an impassioned plea, claiming she had saved countless lives by eliminating the Mandalorian threat. The Jedi High Council decreed that because she had followed Revan to war, she was to be cast out of the Jedi Order.
Why did you defy us? The Jedi are guardians of the peace, and have been for centuries. This call to war undermines all that we have worked for.
Is Revan your master now? You are exiled, and you are a Jedi no longer.
There is one last thing. The lightsaber. Surrender it to us. Much defiance in that one. You were correct, Kadar. She was here, I felt it. It was as if she was not there. More like an echo.
We have not lost a Jedi this day. You felt it. She has lost herself. She is no Jedi. She walked Revan's path, but she was not strong enough.
I fear it is our teachings that may have led Revan to choose the path he did.
We are not the ones who taught him.
We take responsibility, Atris, not cast blame. The dark side is not what I sensed in the exile. Surely the rest of you felt it as well. That emptiness we felt. She has changed.
Whatever that wound was, it was of the dark side. We should not have let her depart. She will simply join Revan again, or perhaps worse.
What would you have done with her, Atris? Be mindful of your feelings. This is not Revan who stood before you. This one walks a different path.
Malachor V should have been her grave. We saw it in her walk, and in the Force. It was as if she was already dead.
No, not dead. Many battles remain for that one. If what we have seen is true. But the future is a shifting thing, and she cuts like a blade through it.
Perhaps in many years we will call her before us and explain what happened to her, and how she may be healed. Until then, she must accept her journey.
But she may never discover the truth, and she will never know why we kept her out.
And that is the future we must accept.
The Council felt that the wound in the Force already left Zurich broken. Leaving her alive would be punishment enough. After that moment, Mitra Zurich left known space, journeying beyond the Outer Rim. She was absent from the galaxy for many years. At this point in time, the following events had been finalized. Revan left for the unknown regions for the last time. Freya was exiled by the Sith, and her apprentices, Sion and Nihilus, have almost completely wiped out all Jedi in the galaxy, killing them from the shadows through the Force. Mitra Surik has been absent from most of the known galaxy for years. In Surik's absence from the known galaxy, the Sith purged the galaxy of Jedi, and Master Atrus, one of the few remaining Jedi, knew they would want to hunt down Surik as soon as she returned. So, Atrus orchestrated Surik's return to the known galaxy, and leaked that information, using Surik as bait in hopes of luring the hidden Sith out of hiding, so that they might be destroyed. News of Mitra Surik, quite an important figure by this point, spread fast, quickly catching the attention of bounty hunters, as well as the Sith Triumvirate, all three of its original members, including Kreia. Kreia knew that her two former students who had exiled her would also likely have plans to hunt down Surik, for killing her would mark their victory, but Kreia needed to find her in hopes of using the force field that surrounded her, so she had to act quickly. The Republic sent a ship for Surik, the Harbinger. It picked her up and set off to return her to the planet Teos, where Atrus was. The ship was attacked by the Sith, but Kreia managed to save the exile from the Sith in time. From the moment she stepped on board the Harbinger, Surik went through a series of events, including being drugged and placed into the healing waters of the Kolto tank, left unconscious for some time.
Okay, it's currently 2:04. I'll be back somewhere around 3:35 to make more videos, so stay tuned for that.